Hello, welcome back to the Limited Lowdown. We'll be starting with another Wilds of Eldraine draft very shortly. Just a reminder, if you want to learn how to get better at draft, this is a good place. I'm a good drafter, pretty good drafter. I'm looking to get even better, become a great drafter. So this whole series is focused on draft picks and draft, deck building and gameplay decisions as well. So hopefully you'll enjoy that. I myself have been playing Magic for 5 years. I've been drafting for almost all of it. And it's my favorite format by quite a lot. So this is all draft related content, and I hope you'll enjoy it. And without further ado, I suppose, let us get into the draft. So I got reset to gold 4. I was in platinum. I play across 3 accounts. So I do. So pretty much all of my accounts got reset down to gold 4. One of them wasn't platinum though, so I think that account got reset down to silver or something. Silver 2 maybe or something like that. I'm not sure. Alright. So some very good cards here. So we're looking let's see, Fairy Dream Thief is an excellent black card. Get you good value out of that. A 1 mana slot can be exiled later in the game to give you the card back. You already get the card back with the Surveil, and then you get another card, so it's a pretty easy and cheap 2-for-1. Hearth Elemental, if you can get enough instants, sorceries, or adventures in your deck, which isn't very hard, this is just a very cheap and efficient creature. It could end up being a 4/5 that you can cast for 2 mana, 3 mana easily. Now, all of that is sort of, it's worth discussing, but it's pointless because we have one of the best removal spells and probably the best common in the game right here, Torch the Tower. So it's just straight up 1 mana deal 2 shock with the added bargain deal 3. Just excellent. And we've also got Hamlet Glutton here and Grabby Giant, so there's like 5 pretty good first pickable cards, I think. And then we get past a Witch Stalker Frenzy. So a rare's been taken here. Not sure what rare it is. There are some rares that are better than Witch Stalker Frenzy, but there aren't many. And in fact, for the sake of research, what would you take over Witch Stalker Frenzy? You would take the Horned Lockwheel. You'd probably take Gumdrop Poisoner. Imitate's Recruiter will be taken over it. Intangible, or not, sorry, very I can't remember the name. The white and black cards. Well, let's have a look. What would you take over it? Oh, Gruff Triplets. How did I forget about that? Red Capped, Gutter Dweller, Vaughn's Bale Troll, Gumdrop Poisoner Talisman. Oh, there's quite a few rares and mythics you would take over it, to be fair. So there's no way to lock in exactly what's been taken here. Now, I would like to stay red here, and you kind of can with Grabby Giant, but I have been extremely impressed with High Fate Negotiator. I don't like necessarily picking up a 5-drop this early, but I have been extraordinarily impressed. Now, it's been a while since I played with it, so maybe it's not as good as it once was. But I'd be interested to see, I'm just going to check here, what High Fate Negotiator's win rate is, out of interest. It's got to be very high, I would think. 58.2, yeah. So there are cards that are certainly better. But I don't think there's anything in this pack that's better. So we're going to take the High Fate Negotiator. You could take the Grabby Giant and stay on colour, but Red Black's where I would like to be regardless. And then we get past Totem Tans. So sometimes drafts are difficult. And other times you get fed your lane immediately. A Torch the Tower, a Witch Stalker Frenzy, a High Fate Negotiator, and a Totem Tans. Like, that's obscene. Torch the Tower, I want to just out of interest, right? Torch the Tower is almost 60% win rate. Witch Stalker Frenzy is 58.9, right? And then we've got Hopeless Fate Negotiator at, what was it, 58.2. And then just out of interest, Totem Tans. What's Totem Tans? 57.8. So these are all like first pick quality cards, really. So that's amazing. Now, you have an interesting choice here between Edge Wall Pack and Hearth Elemental. Now that's very, very close. So I'm actually going to check here which one is considered to be the better card. I assume it's got to be Hearth Elemental, right? Yeah, it is by about 0.5 percentage points. Jeez, I don't know. I don't know. I'm concerned with passing Edgewell Pack. You see, I'm gonna grab the Elemental. Though if it can be cheaper, it's gotta be worth an awful lot. A 6th pick Torch the Tower. That's obscene. And I would love both of these cards as well. Okay. Well, I can't do anything, but I do actually need to start thinking about picking up stuff to bargain. Let me see, Totem Tans creates a rat. So yeah, we need to start thinking about picking up things to bargain. Conceded Witch, excellent. I would take it over both Stingblade Assassin. Reason being, you can create the Wicked Roll token early, and a 2/3 Menace is actually an extremely difficult body to deal with. Menace is worth an awful lot in an aggressive deck. It requires your opponent to have more blockers. Like Menace is worth a lot. So being a 2/3 rather than a 3/2 is better as well because it's more toughness, it's harder to kill. So I think it's Conceded Witch here. Many Bards is also a fine pickup. I don't mind playing many Bards. No. So we're seeing some good blue cards as well. I've been noticing that as we've been playing the game, but we're really getting past pretty decent red cards and decent black cards. We'll take one flick of coin here. I think these are two fine tricks you can play as well. You know, you don't necessarily always have room for them, but this you can get a lot of value out of Not Dead after all. And Sugar Rush that's a lot of power in black, you know, and you get to draw a card, so it's very good. But Flick a Coin, there's a lot of targets for it, so if you ever get it off, it's worth a massive amount. So there's an Ice Out. This is the first pack we wheeled, so it's an Ice Out and a Warehouse Tabby. We haven't seen a whole pile of black, but we haven't passed any black either, so Vantress Transmuter's a fine blue card, but would we rather go white from this direction? We have if we've seen no white whatsoever, actually. Now I'm thinking of it, so no, we wouldn't. Oh, Buyer's Attendance, take that. Beanstalk Worm's also fine. Probably should have just taken the Ice Out. Another Vantress Transmuter. Yeah, we'll take that. Snare Master Sprite or the Living Electron. Yeah, I suppose so. So we have, if we want to go blue, we can. I don't think we should, though. These are all high quality cards. Now, this is a card I'm not familiar with, and so I just want to find out. I've never actually read it. I've never actually seen it. I just want to find out what its win rate's like. It's not very high. Okay, good. So we're looking at Picnic Ruiner, which would be great on the splash, a Harry Spearguard, or a Ratcatcher Trainee. There's also Gnawing Crescendo, which is a card I would like to pick up. Now, let's look at our let's actually look at our layout here. Oh, we currently have no 2s whatsoever. So I think in that case, I'm either going to take the Picnic Ruiner or the Ratcatcher Trainee. I think it's actually the Trainee because of the combo. But just out of interest, what's the difference? So Ratcatcher Trainee is probably like, yeah, 57. And then what's a Picnic Ruiner? It's all, I'm sure it's higher. It's about a percentage point higher, but you gotta have green to make it better. So and we don't necessarily want to do that. Now I could take a Gnawing Crescendo here, but I reckon I'll wheel one of those. So I will. I thought Picnic Ruiner was the better card. It is better that, but having to put a green source in your deck. Now we have a treasure with Flick a Coin. We might pick up treasures with Red Cap Gutter Dwellers or whatever they're called. Red Cap Thieves, sorry. So there's, we're pretty free to play the Picnic Ruiner. So now there's a card I haven't seen in a while. The Stone Splitter Bolt. And I always would like to check its updated. I like to check 17 lands frequently for cards just to constantly keep your information fresh. And I assumed it wasn't great, and I was correct. So we'll just take the Harried Spirit Guard here, a nice 1-drop. I don't think we're going to want Evolving Wilds in this deck. I'm going to try and keep it as tight as possible. So having a nice 1-drop here is what we want. Stab Wound would also be excellent, actually. Almost missed that. I think I might take that Stab Wound. Actually, it gives us reach. Yeah, I almost missed that. It gives us reach. And there we are. Oh, but now you got to pick between Monstrosity, Field of Cauldron, Gnawing Crescendo. Now, I also need to start thinking about getting Bargain here. We've got tokens of the Ratcatcher Trainee, so that's good. I've got some good adventure cards for this now. So I've got two adventure cards, 3 adventure cards, sorry, and 3, 4 instant sorcery. So good chance to get Hearth Element pretty low. But now do I want a Monstrosity or do I want Feed the Cauldron? I think I want a Monstrosity, honestly. Although Feed the Cauldron could create us a food token, so that's worth thinking about. I still think Monstrosity is what we want more, something nice and assertive. This is a tough one. There's a cut in here for 4, or there's a Hopeless Nightmare. I think it's cut in. I really do. Again, I'm just out of interest. Hopeless Nightmare is one of the best cards, one of the best black commons though. But it's also not necessarily that aggressive, but you get to strain your opponent on resources, you know. I guess we'll take the Hopeless Nightmare here, actually. It's Bargain. I need to start thinking about Bargain, so that's the main reason. So what have we got here? Excuse me. Oh, actually, let me check my curve, because we're not playing any of these. Let me check my curve. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I want more 2-drop creatures, if possible. I would have liked that Harried Spear Guard as well. Our 3s are looking pretty solid already. We'd like a couple more. Witchstalker Frenzy, High Fey Negotiator. Yeah, we need the Bargain for that as well. I'm kind of glad I took the Hopeless Nightmare. Confirm that pick. You might even get played, you never know. Another Hopeless Nightmare or a Witch's Mark. We don't want to necessarily have too many Hopeless Nightmares, is the problem. Because we are an aggressive deck. But they are good. It's Bargain, it's Reach, it's straining our opponents of resources. But I think here we actually want to take the I think we want to take the Witch's Mark over the Hopeless Nightmare. I'm going to take the Hopeless Nightmare here. But that's it. I'm not taking any more cards that don't do anything. Another Ratcatcher Trainee, 8th pick. That's absurd. So we are like the only one in red, it seems. We got Gnawing Crescendo and Radite. Ooh. Ooh. I think it's Radite. So the reason it's Radite is because this can make you a 1/1 creature, which means if I don't have any Bargain in my hand, I can just cast that turn 1, not give minus 1/1 to anything, and then get myself a rat token. So I think that's what I want, but I really want to pick up a Gnawing Crescendo. So I do. Could have been blue in this deck, but I suppose you can always be blue in every. Like, these are all good blue cards. Well, good to stretch, but. Oh! Could have actually been blue black fairies, actually. I don't like misleading motes, not the biggest fan. Dimension Witch, yeah, all good blue cards. But we're doing. Oh, we got paid off. Spectral Mortality. Out of interest. Again, like I said, I haven't played with Spectral Mortality since the very, very start of the format. Which one's better? I bet you it and Tangled. Yeah, I was about to say, I bet you Tangled. I bet you Candy Grab was nearly better. Significantly better, really. So technically, this is like way worse than Candy Grapple, win rate wise, but it gives me an effect that I wouldn't be able to get otherwise, which is a board wipe. So I'm going to take this for sure as a finisher and a board wipe. But Candy Grapple, why did I think there was a Candy? Oh, there is Candy Grapple here. Candy Grapple is probably a better card, but I'm still taking a Grave Pack. Whenever creature you control dies, each other player sacrifice creature. That's for sure. So it's MOD in here, Twist of Fealty, Calisad, so Grave Pact, I think we're looking at Imodian or Callous Celso, or sorry, Twisted Fealty. I think it's probably Twisted Fealty if I'm honest. Yes, yes it is. So that's the steal a creature, untap it, create a wicked roll token attached to another creature. Brilliant card. Really going to help us close out games. So that's sort of going to help us close out. Then also we've got the stab wound to help us close out. So we've got a decent bit of reach in our aggressive deck, which is what you want. Fairy Fencing versus Feed the Cauldron. It's scalable, but I find Fairy Fencing to be quite difficult to work with sometimes. But we do have 2 fairies, don't we? No, High Fae is the only fairy we have. I could play a thing, but I don't know if I will. Could play that Stingblade Assassin. I'm probably going to take the Fairy Fencing though. Yeah, -X, -X. Now we need more 2-drops. We're running low on those. So I would like to pick up something here. Aria's Tempting Apple is another excellent card, but I think when given that we have... What are we going to take otherwise? The Bellowing Bruiser, Grabby Giant. Going to check again here on... Because I think Aria's Tempting Apple is really high, yeah. But I don't know if we want to have 2 of that effect. Necessarily. A Grabby Giant might just be a safer pick for the curve. Nah, we'll take the apple. We'll take the apple. And then a Redcap Thief or a Witch's Mark. How many creatures do we have? I feel like we're low enough on creatures. Yeah, we can't have a super aggressive deck without a bunch of creatures, so I think we'll take the Redcap Thief here. We need the creatures just, it's as simple as that. And then we'll take the Harried Spearguard here. I think we might just take and play a Scarecrow Guide because we need it for the creature count. Grand Ball Guest, excellent. I'll take that over a Harried Spearguard. So I will. Excellent, that's what we needed. And then one trick is not a bad idea. So we've got 5 2-drops plus 2 1-drops. So that's 7. That's pretty acceptable at this point actually. And their Hearth Element will be nice and cheap. I passed a cut-in, unfortunately. But I think it was the right decision. Well, if I had known the Hopeless Nightmare was in the next pack. Ah, yes, and 1 Witch's Mark. That's actually brilliant. I want one of those. So this is actually more of a mid-range red-black deck in the way it turned out with the High Fae Negotiator. But now you've got lots of stuff to sack to bargain. We've got 2 Hopeless Nightmares, a Rat Out, the Harried Spearguard token. Oh, Minecart Daredevil, I'll probably play that as well, actually. So now I've got 2 cuts to make, that's going to be tough. Probably going to have to cut Ariad's Tempting Apple, maybe. It's not that it's not good, it's just I don't know if we want 2 of that effect. And another Scarecrow Guide, yeah, we're probably not playing either of those, actually. Huh. What I'll do is I'm just going to unbuild this deck and then rebuild it, I think. And sort of figure out exactly what we're at. I also was less inclined to take the Candy Grapple when I already had 2 Torch of Towers. A Witchstalker's Frenzy, you know. It's like... You can't ever have too much removal. But you do want to be able to kill your opponent too. 13 creatures, that's worked out much better. So it has. Alright, let's drop these out. We're definitely playing 16 lands, that I know. We want to play as many creatures as we possibly can. But that doesn't mean we play bad creatures. So High Fae Negotiator, huge. So bargain, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 3 life. So we want as much bargain as possible. And 2 Torch to Towers. Okay. This deck looks very strong. Witchstalker's Frenzy. There we are. Totem Tans, let's put that in there. And then we'll put the Hearthflame element as well. So, essentially, we want to be playing as many adventures, instants, or sorceries as possible. We want to have plenty of things to bargain. And we want rats and creatures, basically. We just want rats and creatures to make Totem Tans better. So that when our creatures die, we get rats, and then we can attack with rats. So that makes the Minecart Daredevil trick better, because we're going to have what would you say? We're going to have cards. We're going to have rats attacking that they don't necessarily want to block, which makes tricks better. So I think we'll play the Daredevil. Okay. Now, we're going to play... we'll play at least one Hopeless Nightmare. And we'll play one copy of Rat... Well, maybe we don't want a copy of Rat Out and a copy of Torch of Tower. And we don't necessarily need Rat Out now that we have... or not Torch of Tower, sorry, excuse me. Flick a Coin. And we have enough Bargain now. That we don't necessarily need it. But we should probably play one. Yeah, we should probably play one. We're definitely going to play our Monstrosity. We're definitely going to play a Conceited Witch and our Stabland. These are just good cards. Like Conceited Witch is an adventure, so that's good with Hearth Elemental. Rat Out, Torch of Tower, instant sorceries. Witch Doctor finds instant sorceries, so we're definitely going to play a Harried Spear Guard because this is a rat. Well, maybe we don't play the Harried Spear Guard because we're not that aggressive. We actually are a little bit more of a not controlling, but mid-range version. Spectral Mortality, I'm going to use that for sure. 5 mana 3/3 flyers, not the worst in the world, but the fact that I can Wrath if I need to is excellent, you know. And if I have Totem Tans out, I can do, you know, it can be a symmetrical board wipe. Would I get a bunch of 1/1s out of it? So now all of our 2-drops are necessary, so that's our Grand Boy guess in there, and our 3 trainees. Oh, we've got very solid 2s, yeah, look at that, that's 5 really good 2s. Okay, excellent. Now, I'm going to use... We do want some card draw of some description, right? So a little bit of card draw here is excellent. Okay. So, we're not going to be playing Warehouse Tabby. Sugarwurst probably not. Stingray Assassin probably not. The rest of these cards are maybes. Twisted Fealty, and of course Ariet's Apple as well. Forgot about that. So, we'll take Ariet's Tempting Apple. Ha! Do we really want 2 of these effects? And if we don't, which effect is better? I'm not actually sure myself. Which effect is better? Oh, Twisted Fealty is significantly better. That must be because of the Wicked Roll. Okay. So let's play a Twisted Fealty. I don't know that we can afford to play the second Ariet's Tempting Apple. How many of that effect do you really want? We probably should still play it. That gives us more reach as well. Probably should still play them. Alright, so we have 4 more cards we can play. So we've got Harried Spear card, Flick a Coin, Fairy Fencing. And we really should play this Thief as well. We want as many creatures as possible. Okay. Fairy Fencing, Harried Spear Guard, Flick a Coin. Right there. But how much have we got for bargain? 1, 2, the token of this, the free token of this, that's 4. Tokens off these is 7, which is marked 8. See, which is 9 with the Wicked Roll, Stab Wounds 10, it doesn't really count. Like Coins 11, not 10. Drag Thief's 10. We should be fine. Okay. So that's more or less how the deck's going to look. Only question is, what card to cut? Or sorry, will we play the apple? No. I think we have 1 effect is enough. So then the other question is, do we want to play a second Hopeless Nightmare instead of something? We can't cut any of our 2s. We can't realistically cut any of our 1s. We could cut a Red Cap Thief, but I don't want to cut that for something that's not a creature. Tough decision, tough decision. I think we'll go with this for now. And I imagine we're going to be red. Yeah, mostly red, and then the rest black. So 9 red, 8 black. Now this is a really tough decision. Like you could argue back and forth all day about whether I should play in this Hopeless Nightmare or this Apple, whether the Red Cap Thief and the Minecart Daredevil are too weak. Minecart Daredevil is like a lot weaker than both of these cards, but having the trick and increasing the creature count is probably worth more. Because like, why are you reducing your creature count so you can play cards like Ariet's Tempting Apple? It doesn't make any sense to do that. And the Hopeless Nightmare gives us something to bargain, which is what I'm really looking for. It gives us a little bit of reach as well. So and it helps us choke our opponent on resources. Now, because again, this deck isn't it is aggressive, and it was trying to be aggressive, but the way it ended up, we're not that aggressive. You know, with 2/5 drops to close out here, you know, lots of removal. Yeah, you know, and cards that give us advantage in a longer game. So like, we don't necessarily need to be stealing creatures, but Twisted Fealty is strong enough that I think you should have at least one effect of that caliber in your deck. But having two in a deck that isn't that aggressive doesn't make sense. If this was a super aggressive deck with like no fives and a lower curve, a lot more creatures and whatever, I'd definitely play two effects. But this isn't. There's going to be games where this goes long, not where we just smash with it. That's my logic, you know. And in that situation, a Hopeless Nightmare would be better. But then I don't want to lean too far into the controlling end either. Which is why I'm playing the Minecart Daredevil over the Hopeless Nightmare, even though Hopeless Nightmare and Area's Tempting Apple on the surface are better cards. It's not ideal, really, but we'll go for it. So this is a much more controlling draw here. Just going to use Ratcatcher Trainee here. What's it called? Pest Problem? Yeah. If I draw a land, I can torch the tower and play a creature next turn, so that's what I'm going to do. Oh no, I can just Redcap Thief and then torch the tower anyway. So that's what I'm going to do. Oh, I drew the land though. So I think I still... No, I can't actually do that. So I can... concede a Witch. No. See, because I want the token, but I'll play the Redcap Thief now. So then I can Spectre next turn, you see. If I play the Redcap Thief now, I have to use the red to play the Torch Tower anyway. So I think what I might do is just play a Swamp. Just play Conceded Witch on this side, yeah, perfect. And Torch the Tower and this guy. No need to bargain. And then just attack for 2. I think that's a better play. If I draw a land, I can play the Spectre, and I don't need to kill anything necessarily. Oh, perfect. That's just exactly what I want in an aggressive deck. So now I'm more concerned about... Yeah, now I just want to Minecart Daredevil and Minstrosity now, I think. Just add more power to the board now. So next turn he's facing down 5, 6, 7 power. He can stabilize pretty easily here. He can Hamlet Glutton. Up the Beanstalk, that's nice, but it's slow. And the Spectre will be good to hopefully help me finish this game out. He's got 4 mana available. Leaving the ball. That's just a 3/3 though. That's actually not that bad. Because I can just send the whole team here. He can have a 1/1 if he wants. So you can trade with the Monstrosity, or he can eat one of the 1/1s. It's up to himself. Now, you know what? Let's just add more to the board, actually. Create that token. Add him to the board as well. So now he's just facing down against... Oh, you got High Fate Negotiator. That's pretty good. But he says you can play it, so he doesn't have enough treasure to play it, actually. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, actually. He doesn't have the treasure. He can't play them because he used the treasure already. So he plays a Grand Ball, I guess. High Fate Negotiator would have been a great draw, though. Yeah, that's fine. He's got 1 mana left. Oh, perfect. So Fairy Fencing. So he's 1 blocker. Yeah, if he was one block, he just dies, right? So he just blocks the 4/2 and takes 6, yeah. So we're just fairy fencing the... Does it matter who I fairy fencing? He could have royal treatment. If he does, I'd be very sad. But I want to do that before blocks, so give it -3, -3. And who do I want him to protect? That doesn't make any difference, I don't think so. If he has royal treatment, I'm in trouble here. But he doesn't, so I win. I want to do that before blocks. So now, no matter who he blocks, he just still takes 6, right? I can't think of anything that would save him. Yeah. So that was a very aggressive start. So it was. And let's be real, if we go back and look, right? Red Cap Thief, Minecart Daredevil, Minstrosity, what else? Casita Witch, Ratcatch Trainee. Like, we didn't draw like our crazy cards. We drew one of them with the Torch Tower and our Spectre, which we never played, but I was leaving that to the end. But that was like the lower half of our deck. Now, having said that, our opponent did not get on the board very quickly, and that's what happens if you don't in this format. You know, if you don't get your 2 drops down, or a 1 drop or something. I don't know about this now. I don't know about this. Well, actually, Hearth Elemental's Adventure is really good in this situation, so that might actually help me here. If I draw too many lands, I can just pitch them all. This is the more controlling mid-range section. I'm actually not going to peel off Fairy Fence in here. I'm going to drop this and then just flick a coin. There we are. Yeah, let's cast that. That's excellent. That's worked out brilliantly. This is what we're talking about if you can get something with flick a coin. So I've used my mana every turn. I've got him to discard a card. I've dealt 2 damage to him. You know, I'm running out of resources. Now, if he can play something I can kill with Fairy Fencing. Yeah, brilliant. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Just X -3, yeah. And then that's just perfect. Now, I'm not going to let him put another roll on it, so I'm just going to pay a 3 and kill him. Auto pay. Now, at this point, I can just cast Hearth Elemental, discard my lands. Mary Bards, that's fine, but now he's in a lot of trouble. If I can get this off this turn. Yeah, so I pay my 5th land. I cast this, discard 2 lands, draw 2 cards, and then play the Hearth Elemental. That's worked out perfectly. Now, we're still not necessarily in a good spot. You know. He could have a trick. If he attacks, I probably don't block because he could easily have any number of tricks. Of course, Courtier, that's a good one. Now we have the Scry. Now we have drawn a lot of lands, but we're through a lot of them. So it's 6, 7, 8, 9. So we've only got cut in. Yeah, sure. Very nice. So opponent's going to be in a much better position now. So you got a 4/4 lifelinker and a 4/3. Okay, we're in a lot of trouble. So I need to draw some removal. Oh, do I want to sack the Hopeless Nightmare? I've nothing to bargain if I draw a Torch Tower. Yeah, I do though. Because what if we don't draw it, you know? Wish Darker Frenzy, excellent. Okay, we're in decent shape. So we play Totentans. And then we just pass. We trade for the Bards here, I think. Probably should have made that trade last turn, to be honest. But now I'm glad that I didn't, because Totentans gets me a 1/1 rat if I do. He could have a trick all day. I don't think he does. He would have had to top deck it, so... we're going for it here. I don't think he has it. Looks like I was wrong. Oh, well, that's fine. That was going to happen eventually anyway. Cans like this now, like, that's not a blowout. That's just him casting a removal spell. That's fine. Now, we still have draws to get us out of this, I think. Rat out makes him a... Rat out makes him a 4/3. So, unfortunately, I can't do anything here. So, we're just going to have to take 5, probably. Oh, well, that makes him a 3/3, still can't do anything. That's game, unfortunately. Might have wanted to make that... Yeah. Well, having said that now, we also drew 3, 6, 8, 9, 10. We drew 10 lands as well, to be fair. Versus my opponent's 5, right? My opponent has 5 lands. We drew 10. So that's what do you call it? Unfortunate as well. Like, you can't just use... So I only had so many resources to use. I must actually check how many resources did I use. Ooh, let me see. I didn't play a Grand Ball yes, did I? So 1, 2, 3. I don't think I played Grand Ball yes, did I? Can't remember. 4, 5, 6, 7. I had 7, 8 resources. My opponent had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He didn't have that many more resources than me, to be fair. Yeah, just didn't work out for us there. Just didn't work, because I did draw the extra cards as well, you see. So it's possible, what do you call it, I wanted to just make that block earlier. But if he had Cannon's Light Blades, same exact situation happens. So not much to be said about that. I don't believe there's any massive misplays that game. I suppose I was very, what do you call it, I was very quick to use all my removal. But then I also had a very slow hand. I sort of had to, because he went like 1 drop into 2 drop into 3 drop, I think, if I remember correctly. So I sort of had to use my removal there. The only mistake I think I made was attacking with that Hearth Element. I probably should have stayed back. I was not the beatdown at all. But this turn now, I am. Unless he plays a Fairy Dream Thief. Oh, we're good to go. Oh, okay, I do want to be hitting my swamps now if I can. Now, he may have thing, I don't care. If he has Spell Stutter, I'm still going to... Well, no, there was a pause there. I was always going to do that anyway. I was always going to do that anyway. Okay, so whenever another player ends on battlefield, control each opponent loses 1 life. He's playing 3 colors, so he might necessarily... Has he got something to stop my attack now? If he has like a Living Electron or something? Likeness Meter? I'm fine with that. This is pretty cool. It's gonna be close. Either one of us could actually win this. Fairy Dream Thief. Nice, that's another ping for me. This is a pretty cool fairy deck, actually. Fairy Dream Thief, Likeness Looter, Abira, Dreaming Duelist. Pretty cool fairies deck. Now we do need to draw a swamp at some point. But there are 7 swamps left in the deck. He might have a counter spell and he's thinking about whether he's going to use it or not. I probably should have just cast Ratcatch Trainee last turn. Take the card and that's fine. No. Swamp would be wonderful. Probably should have held on maybe for to be able to play this next turn. So I'm playing click, it's VC Flyer. Okay. Now the thing is I can stab wound that Threadbane click, which would be excellent. But then I'm not going to get through. Or I'm not going to be able to get the effect of doing it over and over and over again. If he has any sense, he would just block here, yeah. But it doesn't matter because I'm not going to get through either way, so. So now it's a pretty even race. He's got the food. Region balance. No. I'm gonna the cauldron, okay. Yeah. Stuck in lands, unfortunately. Now I'm at the point where I need to draw a swamp, basically. Like I need a swamp more than anything in the world. So I'm in a pretty tough spot. Like I need to draw a swamp off the top in order to play High Fate Negotiator next turn to stay alive, really. So I'm in a tough situation here. I think I'm going to play Hearth Elemental. If he has remove a spell, I'm dead. But I can't double spell anyway, so. Even then, a 4-mana 4/5 is no big problem. No, I need another swamp. Like if this next card isn't a swamp, I'm dead. Well, I'm dead now anyway. Okay, good game. Good game. Again, I didn't make any real mistakes there. You know, my opponent just had a good deck and curved out really nicely. No massive mistakes there at all. If I stab wound the 2/2, I just die. So yeah, no real mistakes made. Just is what it is. Maybe the mistake I made was using that token. Yeah, no, that was the mistake I made. I shouldn't have double spelled. I should have just kept my token. My treasure token, you know? And then I would have, yes, and that would have won me the game. So that was the mistake, yeah. So let's not lie, I did make a mistake. Now I'm hoping to draw another 2 that I can play instead of Ratcatcher Trainee, but if not, I will just play it out. Yes, that was my mistake. If I just keep that token and cast the Hyphen Negotiator, he's going to have a very hard time winning that game. Yeah, that was really foolish of me, actually, in retrospect. That's what you get for playing a little bit too fast sometimes. Oh, well, now that I have a 2-drop, I'm pretty content to just run this out. Or 3-drop, sorry. Keep our Torch Tower up if I need to. I decided not to crack the Hopeless Nightmare there for Baronati, okay. Yeah, well, this actually works out kind of well. Should I crack this now? No, I don't think so. And that'd be that. Yeah. Oh, so the aggressive version of the deck is doing a lot better than the more mid-range version of the deck. You know, when I get my aggressive draws, it's definitely doing a lot better. So I could streamline it to make it more aggressive, but I think Spectral Mortality and Hyphen Negotiator are good enough. Again, I would have won that last game. Most likely. Well, no. He would have been able to kill my Hyphen Negotiator using that Frantic Fireball, to be fair. But then I would have still had a Hearth Elemental, so yeah, it's hard to know. I go first. Hmm. 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 It's a really good hand if I draw a mountain. No. Yeah, I think that's better. Keep 6. No, this is worse. What am I talking about? Yeah. At least I have the Torch Tower online. Because there I literally had a Radite online, that was it. Uh-huh. So it's to celebrate now. And even then I still trade, don't I? Ah, that's fine. The idea here is just to run him out of cards, yeah. He's got the rest of his Biovac, so that's going to be hard to deal with. Maybe able to steal the rest of his Biovac, though, yeah. So he's going to attack with that. Make it a 3-3. I might be able to steal it as Twisted Field on its sorcery, yeah, and I can't make it a 3-3. That's okay. Yeah, there. I'm not making the same mistake this turn. You know, or this game, I'm trying to make sure I keep that token there because I'm going to need it. If I draw a Swamp next turn, it's High Field Negotiator, sack one of the rats. I'm in a really strong position then. Now I need to draw. Also, a thing will be great. Versatile will be excellent. There we are. So get in with my rats here. I'll draw my High Field Negotiator. What's he waiting for on one planes? Is there even a card for one planes? Ken's Light Blades is 2. Yeah. So what have I got that can deal with this? Fairy Fencing's one I've got. Yeah, just cast my Heavy Negotiator. Bargain. Auto pay. Sack a 1/1 rat. There we are. Alright, that's going to help speed the race up a little bit. I am not going to block any trick. Kindle Heroism, Rat Out. Oh, not Rat Out, sorry. Kindle Heroism. There's a lot of tricks. And I am not going to block. If he's not adding to the board, that's all he's doing. Yeah. Okay. Get a card out of his hand. Ping him for 2. Get in for 4. It's going to be a tight race. We could easily lose this. We need to draw well. We need to draw well here. But we can sack this. And I think I might sack it on upkeep. Archon Story, yeah, there we are. We just saw it there now. Go the Rat Catcher Trainee. Get in here. And then we pop this. Then we might scry an upkeep. Or we might just Twisted Field to it. Maybe we should. No, I'm not going to scry an upkeep actually. I'll leave a turn for it. Grand Ball, yes. Yeah, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 9, yeah. So if he just attacks all out, we just steal the Grand Ball, yes, and we win. No blocks. And that's game. Wonderful. So we just Twisted Field to grab this guy. Yeah, that. The fact that he just kept activating that, not adding anything to the board. It's nice that he was able to do that if he didn't have anything in his hand, of course. But the fact that he kept doing that meant that he wasn't adding anything to the board, wasn't putting any pressure on us, and we were able to just keep adding stuff and overtake. So that worked out well. So how are we doing? 3 and 2. Yeah. 3 and 2. Now I'm glad, of course, I learned my lesson. Kept that token, that treasure token around, you know. So that was the big lesson here. Opponent goes first. Okay, so this is not as bad, is it? Yeah, we're just gonna have to hope we draw Swamp. We're on the draw, so hopeless nightmare. I will just pitch a mountain, thank you. There we are. Now. Yeah, we just play the 2-drop. Something with 3 toughness would be lovely. I'm gonna actually give him an option to, yeah, just jump there, yeah. We'll give him the option. Now we're gonna flick a coin here when he blocks. Boom. That's that. We'll drop the Spear Guard. Excellent. Now you've got Witchstalker Frenzy, Totem Hands, and Twisted Field. Feeling pretty confident about this so far. And there's no good targets for his removal. Let's see the Witch. Anything else? Hopeful Vigil, anything? So we can spend 6 mana this turn. We've had to spend a lot of cards here, though. We're actually losing pretty badly here. Just flooded out again. It's no good, we're still dead anyway. Ugh. Back's sake. Yeah, it's no good, we're still dead anyway. No good. Thing is, if we had just chumped there, I should have just chumped. Then we'd still be. Then he'd attack, and we'd be at 4. Yeah, if we had just chumped, you know, that's what I should have done. I should have just chumped there. Yeah, good game. That's my fault. That's my fault. Like, again, though, I was forced into it with the sort of hand that I had as well. You know, but that was my fault. I should have just chumped there and had the 1-1. So yeah, with 3-3, pretty disappointing. Deck felt a lot better, but I could have played a lot better as well. Like, that's a really strong deck. Maybe the problem with the stab wound is you don't want to put a stab wound on that guy and then not attack. You can't put it on early because you need to be able to attack. But in that situation, I didn't have much of a choice, really. Like, I had to put it on him there and then to get my attacks in, you know. So it was sort of unfortunate. Yeah. If I hadn't used that rat out on Totem Towns, I could have rat out in what do you call it? Torture Tower to kill the 4/4. But then I'm also taking 2 life a turn if I don't do that, so it seems like it was the correct thing to do. And then stealing the Besotted Knight that turn. I'm putting a Wicked Roll. Again, it seems like a bad play, but I think it's still a correct play because I needed to draw something off the top that would help me win because I was in that situation where I have an aggressive deck and aggressive start. And I needed to get those to get that damage in, you know, and hope then to draw something. Because I need to, if I don't take that 3/3, I don't get that attack in at all. Right, and I got him down to 8 there. And I just needed something, you know, I needed like a Hyphae Negotiator or a Spectre of Mortality, anything like that to help me just get back into that game. And I didn't draw it, you know, just unfortunate. But I still think it was the correct, still think it was those were the correct line. I think that was the correct line. But yeah, although with 3/3 I'm pretty happy with at the same time. You know, it's more or less breaking even if you take into consideration the gold that you win. Like I'm back up to a free draft now, so I'm happy enough for that. But obviously I prefer to do better. But I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.